Hi folks, today I'm here with two sets of reins, but before I start I would like to explain a little something to a lot of you folks. You see this little sweat binder that I usually, some people call it a ponytail. It's not a ponytail. It's what it is that I don't have any hair, and I use it as a sweatband so that it keeps the sweat from coming down, so I don't have a ponytail, okay? Here's his two sets of reins I want to talk to you about today. This is the reins that I started using and all of us used, and still 90% perhaps, or maybe even more, use this rein. These are my double reins. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my double reins aside, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the split reins. These are the split reins that I had to use in competition when I was competing in the quarter horse shows. This is a requirement. I never did care much for them, and I'm going to tell you why, and I really don't recommend them, and I'm going to tell you why that too. First of all, it's very hard to have the same amount of pull on each side unless you do this and you make them both the same size, and then you've got the middle. But you're not going to do that when you're riding a horse. Plus the fact that as you're riding a horse and you have one of these in each hand, or you have them both in the other hand, you have all this loose, people say, well, they use that to hit the horse to make him go. Well, in my method of training, I never hit the horse, okay? So there's no need for this. I prefer the other type of reins. Now, also with these reins, it's very hard on a horse because look at the pull. The pull is almost straight up. And so the horse has to turn his head up in order to get it at the same height that you're pulling from so that it doesn't hurt him so bad. My method of training is totally different. I don't do it that way at all. What I do is cue the horse and let him do it. Going back to these reins again, this is what everybody uses, and like I said, I don't like them because if one of them were to fall off your hands, and it has fallen off on my horse while he's at a gallop, and he steps on that rein, he's going to tear his mouth all up, and you're going to go over the top of him because he's going to come to a sudden stop. So I don't use these reins, but I don't mind that other people do. I just personally don't care to use them. Now, on the other hand, these double reins, you use them as one. So these are round. So there's no way that they can slip down, because if they do fall off your hands, they just fall on his neck and you can pick them back up. And if you notice where the martingale is at, the pull is from here down and up, but we don't pull. This is designed for him to set his own head the way he wants it set. Now, my rein set comes with 4 reins. Here's 2 of them, and here's 1. And then it comes with an extra rein that you can use after the horse has collected himself. This is a bungee cord. It's just flexible. So when you put this on a horse, the first thing he's going to want to do is stick his head up, and he's going to feel that that's very uncomfortable for him to do that. So what he's going to do is that he's going to set his head down, and the second, third, and fourth vertebrae right here, he's going to bend at the pole. When he does that, he automatically puts his rear end underneath him. Now, don't mistake this with the fact that his head's going to have to be down all the time. It's not. Just to start with, he learns, and then as you're riding him, he learns where to put his head at. But at the same time, he's going to be collecting himself. And this is not a tie down, and it is used as one, like I said, and then of course on my instructional video it shows you exactly how to adjust it. Okay, now I'm going to take these reins, my double reins, and I'm going to set them off right here to the side and show you what a tie down is. Now I have a picture of a magazine a magazine that was sent to me that I buy a lot of stuff from, this particular company. And I'm going to show you a close-up of exactly what the tie down is supposed to do. So this goes around his nose, and then this ties to the bottom of his girt. Now that controls his head movement, and that's just like you putting your hand in your pocket and you start trying to run. You can't. You're off balance. Well, that's what this does. It takes him off balance. So this is not to be confused with the double reins. They both do 2 totally different things. Now, the double reins come with the rubber reins and the martingale. and your top reins. Once your horse gets set, you'll know it after 4 or 5 saddlings, 5 or 6 saddlings, depending on how much experience you got. You're going to use this and you're going to put it on the horn, which if you look at my other videos, it shows you exactly what to do. Once you take it off the horn and put it in your hands, make sure your hands are right exactly where the horn is at. So he still thinks they're hooked to the horns. Now I have a lot of my students that just stay with this. They don't change it. They like the way it works. But I'll guarantee you that all you have to do is get the additional rein and replace this one. And instead of the rings, you're going to be using rollers. So that way it'll be more like power steering. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare my reins and these reins to a car. Okay, now I'm in my truck. And in this truck, all I have to do is step on the brakes, put it in D, and it takes off. It changes all the gears for me. The transmission sits right here. I can't tell you how many gears there is, and I really don't care. So a lot of you folks don't want to have to go through the trouble of knowing why the reins work the way they do. Although you can go to my website and it'll show you there exactly what they do. But just make sure that you adjust them correctly. And so this is like my double reins. Everything is for you. It's already done for you. All you have to do is let him go, put him in drive, and he takes off. This, in my opinion, is like a standard transmission in a car or truck. For those of you that have driven it, you know you put it in first gear, you put it in second gear, you put it in third gear. When you get to a stop sign, you're going to have to start all over again. With mine, you don't do any of that. So you don't really have to know how it works. All you have to know how is to adjust it, and it'll do it all for you. From my standpoint, I don't care what my transmission says. I just want to put it on D and take off. And if I hit a stop sign, then I want it to go ahead and drop itself to the lower gear where I don't have to do it manually. This set of reins you have to do that with, because you're going to have to guide him this way. You have to put your hands down so that your pull will be further down. This does it for you. This actually does it for you. The pull is here and up on one rein and straight across with the other rein. So you don't really have to pull at all. And of course, I don't pull at all. I have really light fingers, and this is just a grazing bit, just a plain D grazing bit. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this bit. I'm going to do something a lot of you maybe never have done. I'm going to put it in my mouth. And I've seen some people that have said pull to make him supple. Pull him one way and then pull him the other. Well, let me tell you from the horse's standpoint now. I widen these a little bit because I got cheekbones. He's got a longer snout. And I can't put this in my mouth as far as he can because he doesn't have any teeth where the port's going to ride. But look at this for a second. I'll put it right here. Now, if you pull here, oh gosh, that hurts right there. And this pinches down here, or the opposite in the other direction. A bit is not made for that. A bit is made to go up and down, this way. And that's what the double reins do. It keeps him up and down. I never like to turn a horse's head. When I'm turning to the right, all I want to see is his right eye. When I'm turning to the left, all I want to see is his left eye. I never want him to be totally flexed. Now, suppleness, they say, is very important. No, it's not. The horse has to have his head straight. When you run, you don't run with your head to the side. You run straight ahead. Well, the same way with the horse. So I don't advise you doing this, but if you ever want to do it, you see what the horse feels like when you're pulling on him. You pull on him real hard, all it hurts. And so he's really more giving to the pain than he is learning how to be supple. And so my method of training is show him what I want him to do and then let him do it. Okay, folks, this is the end of this segment. Be sure, when you view it, if you like it, be sure to punch like and share it with your friends. We'll have another one next week, totally different. And we'll be doing these tips one every week for the time being. So if you like it, share it with your friends. And until next time, this is Al Ragusin saying, be comfortable and be safe on your horse, and let him be comfortable and safe as well. Until next week, see ya.